The Canik Mete SFx. If you already own a TP9 SFx, is there enough value added to get you to switch from the TP9 to the Mete? We shot it a lot. We're going to talk about it after the break. I want to welcome you to Riders Range. We already did a video comparing the Canik Mete SFx with the TP9 SFx. I'm going to put a link up here to that video. You can go back and review all the details. I'm not going to get into the details on this video. We're going to talk more about how the Mete shoots compared to the TP9, and we're also going to look at some of the features that may or may not be a deal breaker for you. So let's get right into the shooting footage, and I shot this with open sights. I shot it with the Swamp Fox Sentinel red dot. By the way, we mentioned in the earlier video that this Mete takes the RMSC type footprint as opposed to the regular TP9 SFx that took the RMR type footprint, the larger optics. So we shot it both with and without, and we're going to roll some of that footage, and then we'll get back to talking about the details here. Canik Mete SFx. First shots. Let's just see how this thing works. Start out at 12 yards. Make sure I can hit something with it. Try for the white 8-inch plate there on the left. Alright, that hit something. Came with an 18 round magazine. Put one round in through that. Now let's try it with the 20 it also comes with. Run the plates real quick. Let's try the Canik Mete on the plates. 12 yards, 6 shots. 6 plates in it, anyway. Or 7 shots. And a little bit late on that one. That was a little better. 429 with 6. One more time with the Mete. Missed the last one. Let's try the TP9 SFx, see how that one works. That's not so good. 482 with 7. Still missed one. 7 shots and still missed one. One more time with the TP9 SFx. Took 7 to get them in 440. Canik Mete SFx. Let's try 25 yards and see if it'll hit something. Start with a black 12 on the left. Yeah, it looks like I hit that a little high. Let's try the white next to it, 8-inch. Alright, the head flipper on the black torso. The 8-inch right below that head flipper. Good enough for me. Canik Mete with a Swamp Fox Sentinel. 25 yards. Black 12-inch should be a piece of cake. White with the red center 8-inch next to it. Go for the head on the black silhouette. And up at the 8-inch next to that. Up at the center of the red silhouette. No. Got to get it back. Six-inch to the right. Way on the right. Alright. Canik TP9 SFx, 25 yards. Let's try the black 12-inch on the left. White 8-inch next to it. Head flipper on the black torso. Oh, moved it. There we go. Center with the red silhouette. Pull that one down. Gotta get it back. White 6-inch on the right. Yeah, I didn't get the 8-inch next to the torso. Still didn't get it. There we go, last shot. TP9 SFx. Canik Mete SFx. It worked at 12 and 25. This is still the first mag. Let's try it at 50 and see if I can actually hit something with it. How about the green, excuse me, the white 16 with the green center? All right, how about the 12 right below it? No, that was probably me. All right, high left, white 10-inch with a black center. And below that is a white 8 with a red center. I pulled that one high. There we go. Let's see, 4 shots left. Can I get that white 6-inch next to the silver gong? Got the gong. Let's go a little bit farther to the right. All right. Silver gong on the left at 50. 16-inch high right, white with a green center. 12-inch below it, white with a red center. 10-inch center high, white with a black center. 8-inch below it, white with a red. 6-inch to the left of that. Love this Mete. Canik TP9 SFx at 50 yards. Let's see how it works. Silver gong on the left. 12-inch, white, green center, high right. No, 16-inch. 12-inch right below it. Oh, I pulled that one. There we go. Center high, white, black center, 10-inch. That felt like it should have been there. There we go. 8-inch below it. I pulled that one. And the 6-inch to the left of that. Finally. So really, when you get right down to it, they both shoot just about the same. The Mete with an optic was maybe a hair better than the TP9 SFx at 50 yards with an optic. Running the plates, you can see on the times on those, they're really relatively similar. I did manage to clear the plates at least once with the Mete with 6 shots, whereas it took 7 shots with the TP9. But again, that's me, not the gun. The times can be considered pretty much identical on those. Both guns are pretty much the same when shooting iron sights, but really they should be because they're basically the same gun. Just some additional features. One feature we didn't mention in the original video was the trigger. You'll see the red trigger tab on this. You'll also see a red trigger tab in a couple of the other Canik offerings, but that would be their what they call their CET, the Canik Enhanced trigger, which has a red tab, but is substantially different than the trigger that's in the Mete. This is their short reset trigger, but again, there's virtually no difference between the trigger in the Mete and the TP9. The measured trigger pull, at least on my gauge, on my sample guns, there's about 2 ounces difference between the two, slight favoring of the Mete. Over travel, everything else is about the same. Really, the guns are basically the same gun with the changes that I mentioned in the previous video. Now, one thing that I do want to point out, that a couple of questions that have come up since the first video is, are the slides interchangeable? And if you look back here at the tail end of the TP9 on the left, the Mete on the right. You can see that the back plates are different, so therefore the slides are different, and therefore you're not going to be able to put the Mete slide on the TP9 SFx frame or vice versa. And that's just one of the several differences, but one we didn't mention in the first video. So then the big question is it really worth trading in your TP9 SFx for the Mete? I'm not going to make that call. They shoot the same. There are subtle differences. The philosophy of use for the Mete is more duty or defense oriented, whereas theoretically the philosophy of use for the TP9 is more competition oriented. You can use either for both, so it comes down to whether or not you want the co-witness sights. In that case, you got to go for the Mete. Do you want the larger optics? Well, in that case, you've got to go for the TP9. Do you want ambidextrous controls? Well, now you're back to the Mete. Do you want to have a good magwell option? Well, you're back to the Mete again. So again, it all depends on where you want to go. They shoot the same, they function the same essentially. But now if you're a Canik fanatic, then of course you have to have the Mete to add to your TP9 SFx. Right now I've got them both. Am I going to keep them both? I don't know. Haven't made up my mind, but again, they do serve slightly different purposes, but they do it with the same in my mind end result. You know, for a $25 price difference, roughly retail, I don't know. You're going to make that decision. I can't. So that's the rundown on the shooting and my final thoughts on the Canik Mete SFx. Thanks so much for dropping into Riders Range.